Maybe.
Maybe. Or we
Or
can make
help,
sense.
help people relax after the
Yeah,
breakup
or
if there is
heal
no
if there is
relationship
one, if it does not
reconciliation.
go back to reconciliation. But we're
Sheesh.
gonna whatever God,
Thank you, Prince.
whatever God said, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna press on that one. Amen.
Listen,
No, but it's hard, sis.
it's
It's hard.
hard.
Like going through any breakup. I don't care how
Yeah.
strong you are. I don't care if you, princess, no thank you. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care how tough of a cookie you are. You go through a breakup, you're going to feel it. You
And it's
gonna
gonna
feel
hurt.
it. You gonna feel it, especially
If
when
you
it was a
especially
long
if
term.
yeah, or if you invest so much of you into that relationship and then all of a sudden it just goes to
Poof. Where you at, relationship?
bruh, I done put in my 401k on your behind. And you
I
talking
done
about
put
you
you
living?
in my life insurance.
Hold on, swole up. You back
My
it up.
Aflac. And now you're gone.
Love.
You know, so it's like it's hard. It's hard. Any breakup, I think, with some type of commitment attached to it don't even have to be time or because you can be with someone for a
Mm-hmm.
short time
And still
and
develop
still
so much feelings for that person.
that
It's happened.
yeah that you're like my baby go.
It has happened.
Okay, all right. So what? Let me ask you a question though. I'm gonna start with the questions, and I'm gonna start with you. Unfortunately, guys, we were not able to have
A guest speaker.
a guest speaker today
But
or
if
a
anybody want
male
to
point of
volunteer,
view. But if you, there you go.
if you want to volunteer, do we have any guys that want to volunteer? Say yay, say me, holla over
Yeah,
here.
if you want to come on, we can ask you a couple of questions. I promise I won't dissect you too
She gonna
much.
dissect you.
No, but basically, just talk about, your personal experience in reconciling and things like that and how that worked out for you. If you want to, you let me know. If you don't want to, then don't say nothing because, I'm going to pull you. I'm going to, yeah. So
Okay, so Prince said
we have a comment.
God
from
give
Prince.
us a
Free will.
free will to make our own decision. He does not choose or remove anyone from your life.
I beg to differ, Prince.
I do beg to
Right, beg to
differ.
differ. Yeah. I believe God, move, relocate, flip script. Hey, Eugene. Hi, my love. Flip script, whatever it
Mhm.
is,
He removes now. If you're referring to marriages, if you're referring to that, I could see where you're speaking. Like I could see where you're talking about. But in regular relationships or even in dating stage, no, God can and will remove somebody that's toxic in your life if it's not for the glory of Him. So sorry,
Yeah,
I disagree.
I agree. I agree.
So
Okay, so question number one for you, Jenny. Now, I know you personally, but the good people of Facebook don't know you that well.
hi, people of
Or
Facebook.
the people of YouTube don't know you that well either. So we're just gonna go ahead and guys, we are on YouTube. So if you have a friend that does not have Facebook, but they want to watch us on YouTube live, they can do so
Hi,
at Walk Talk with
Chris.
Nancy. Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Mama.
Mom. Hi, Chris.
Hi,
Okay,
James. Okay,
so
sorry.
now have you ever had a breakup situation where you had to reconcile? Hopefully
Had to?
that you went through a reconciliation with that person. Like, have you had that experience?
Yes.
I know
Yes.
you have.
I know you know. Yes, I have.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I have.
So
I've
tell me
been.
about it. Well, tell us about it. How did that go for you?
So, there was a point of time in this particular relationship where, hi, Mama, where we split up. I'm trying to say it's so safe. We
Okay.
split
What
up.
caused you guys to split up?
A lot of arguing, a lot of disagreements, a lot of not seeing eye to eye, a lot of
Okay.
it was just a lot going on in a short amount of time that could put pressure, like when you have that pressure cooker and it starts to ring and you don't take it off, so it overflows. Exactly.
Steam, uh-huh.
So yeah, it was really, really, really tough, and it was becoming really toxic.
Okay.
So we kind of went our own
With your own way.
own way.
Okay. Now, what? How and when did the reconciliation happen?
Well, we were separated for like 3 months.
Are you looking at me?
I'm gonna tell you why I'm looking at her, y'all. Let me tell you why I am looking dead at her.
Gosh.
Because this person, I went skipping and hopping to her house. Just skipping.
Yes. And what did I do
Knock, knock, knock.
practically every single day?
When you gonna get back with me, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Why you like? But I mean, that little bit of time, we were separated for 3 months, and within that time, we were learning how to try to, how do Haitians say, vivre ensemble? Like we're learning
How to live together.
how to be
How to
together
merge.
without having to go back into that whole state of being
Mm-hmm.
whole state of being in that toxic situation. Not saying eye to eye shouldn't be a good cause for breakup. See, yeah, you're absolutely right. It wasn't a cause for a breakup, but it wasn't just not seeing eye to eye. I'm just barely grazing the surface of what was going on.
It was a if I may say, in the beginning of any marriage, well, most marriages that I know, in the beginning process, it's hard for two people to merge, because keep in mind, you get into a relationship and the two have to become one. And when the two becoming one, that merging process can be detrimental to both parties, because you have two different personalities, two different backgrounds, two different way of living.
And the thing is, it didn't this big situation played a major part. We didn't take as long as typical relationships turned into marriage.
Get to know each other.
Exactly. So
The process of
dating was very short. So we were learning each other in
the marriage.
So it was definitely difficult. Not to say because it gets difficult, run away or break up. No, it's just that we needed that time to really say, hey, this is becoming toxic. We got to revamp, renew our brains. We need to go to counseling, which we did during that time. And we need to relearn why we decided to get together in the first place. So that's what we did in that time frame. We took the opportunity to do. Now, what the one night I remembered, why the whole reconciliation is centered around the love of God, and you're right.
Yes.
So the one night that I remembered that made me say, you know what, I want to reconcile. This is the best decision. Da 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 da. So when I was home at her house, I'm not gonna call it home. I was at her house, and it was like the first date. Knocked on the door. Had some, we relived that moment, and then it came into my mind like, this was why I decided to be with this person. This is why.
Because this part was in him.
Because this is what I saw. I didn't see the toxic back and forth between him and I. This is what I saw, So long story short, we lasted a whole lot longer than that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister was happy when I left the house.
Y'all, I wasn't happy. Because for more than one reason, it was her getting back together and reconcile. I was like,
thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Like,
it was hard. It was hard because I was really in that. I was really in that tug of war. Like, man, should I go back? At that time, it wasn't I'm living my best life. It was YOLO. You only live once, man.
Yeah, YOLO wasn't
that. Was what it was. It wasn't I'm living my best life. It wasn't that. It was YOLO. So and then it was a lot of less stress being where I was,
Right.
because I knew I didn't have to put in that work, you know. But when you're in a relationship or whatever, marriage or whatever, you know that you have to put in that work. That work is mandatory. It's work. It's work. It's work when you get married.
But
in a
most
relationship.
people, you know, that have followed us for a while, one of the questions that they would most likely say is, okay, most likely it didn't work out in the long run.
In the long run,
because you guys did end up getting a divorce.
I didn't even say which relationship that was, but you just kind of put it out there.
You were married.
It was my marriage. Yes, it was. Good G's.
To be transparent.
It was
We're
my
not saying
marriage.
anything
Yes.
bad.
In the long run, we didn't work out. Like I said, during our relationship, though, we had certain stressors, certain issues that we were working. We were trying to work out. Certain things didn't mesh. Certain things didn't add up. Certain things now. Outside interference started
Right.
to penetrate inside the marriage.
Right. And that's detrimental. Whenever the outside's coming in, that's where the real craziness and the he say she say and
right.
And, yeah,
And then
no,
you know,
that can
in
definitely
different.
be,
It's not even just family members. It was other. You know, I'm not trying to
outsource other people.
Outsource.
Yeah.
So when those interference started coming in, then it started to hinder our relationship a whole lot more
on another level.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it happened.
Okay, so then it went to
But,
an
yeah.
end, and now you're at the point where there is no reconciliation.
Right now, I am at the point where it's no reconciliation between him and I. We do co-parenting very well,
Right.
but there's no reconciliation between him and I.
Okay.
When I first separated with him prior to the my divorce being final, it was
The option was on the table.
The option was always on the table. Let's reconcile. Let's work on it. Let's do this. Let's do that. We could work through it. This is something that, you know, is just a spiff or whatever it is. We could work through it. If it's
Right.
because it wasn't it wasn't physical, and it wasn't. Well, at the time, I didn't know.
Yeah,
it wasn't physical.
But in the long run,
Right.
you guys both decided that this is where it is. This is where we're at, and there is no reconciliation.
Yeah,
and
it took me
things are
longer
final.
to digest that than he did. But
Right.
at the end of the day, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I have my story of reconciliation. I do, and I'm gonna be transparent because I can just, you know, throw you under the bus.
Trying to
alone.
raise it.
You know, like I don't want to throw you under the bus alone.
Come on and
You
join this
know,
bus that you rolling over on me.
I'm gonna get that. Yes, I'm gonna jump with you, sis. But I have my history with reconciliation myself. Like well, for those that know, I've been married twice. For those that don't know, I've been married twice. And in both marriages, I had times between that where I pulled I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. I'm out. With my first marriage, it was really the first, I would say, 6 months of our marriage. Again, it's one of the hardest times that anybody that knows has been married, they know.
It's
After the
hard.
honeymoon.
But you know, I didn't have that honeymoon stage either. Like,
Okay, right. But
like,
for
we didn't have
me,
that
after the
stage.
honeymoon stage, it's reality kicks in. Like, oh shoot, like I'm with this person.
For good.
I have to.
Ever.
This is it. Like I gotta stick this in forever. You know, so reality kicks in. So that's when you realize that the person might not be as nice as they used to be. They might not be as sweet as they used to be.
That's when they you put them to show their experience that they put on the resume.
Right. Or you start walking around the house and I see your true colors.
Like, hold on, didn't you say you cook? Why you don't ever cook? Hold on, didn't you say? How you guys joining in?
Hi, Anthony. Hi, Ramon. But, you know, it's like you start singing that I see your true colors because those things happen. So for me, in my first marriage, the first 6 months was the hardest. Keep in mind, I was very young in my first marriage.
Yeah. Like,
I got married at 21.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
clink clink. Yeah.
When we got married.
Yeah, so
I was
I was 21. So and he was much more older and mature. So he was able to handle my ups and my downs and not being sure if this is what I wanted. So something did happen and then we split it for about 3 months. And I think I went to my mom's house for 3 months.
Hey, shout out to Jean.
I did. But after that 3 months,
And what's up with 3 months? What's up
I
with the
don't
3
know.
months?
It's a 3 month thing. I don't know.
Sheesh.
But I did. I went to my mom's house for 3 months. But for those 3 months, this man was at my mom's house every day.
Every day.
Every day. He would come from work, come and sit right on the couch. I'll be in the room. I don't want to talk to you. He's sitting right there on the couch, like having conversations with my mom,
and my mom
eating
would,
dinner, and I'm just like, and she'll be like, Nancy, come outside.
He right here.
You know?
Come talk to him.
So this is, and it was his consistency and his dedication to want to work things out made me realize, you know what, maybe I should give him another chance.
Yeah.
And that marriage went to about 10 years. So after the 10 years, things happened, we split it. The second marriage, I did as well split in that marriage for 5 months.
Was it 5 months?
Yeah, I was doing J. So it was like 5 months. It was like a 5 months period that we split it. 5 months is a very long time, guys. By 5 months, you kind of like get in a whole new relationship. You get into like a whole, 5 months for some people, honey, that's like a year.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So with that being said, we both have experience on the reconciliation table where we've said,
we're done.
But for
We came
somehow God spoke into our hearts. God, tugged someplace within us here and we reconciled.
Yeah.
Now, did it work out for me as well? No.
Unfortunately.
No. Unfortunately, no. That situation went from being bad to worse, from worse to toxic, and it was no longer something that was healthy for me to remain in. So again, can you reconcile? Yes, you can.
I believe you can.
But there has to be a change from the time of the reconciliation to the next level of your relationship. You cannot reconcile and go back to the same mess.
Hello. You can't.
You cannot.
You can't, because I think that was one of the detrimental parts of my situation was that it was roses and berries. Then that moment lasts 3 weeks, maybe even
and then it was back to the same thing that you left.
Exactly, the same thing that for the reason that you left. Yeah, and it gets hard.
So we Haitian call it lave messiate. It's like you do it thinking, okay, all right, baby, I'm never gonna do this again, and baby, I'm never gonna live that again, and baby. And next thing you know, you're right back to the same thing. Okay, we have a comment from Guy. What did Guy say?
Which marriage lasts longer, getting married in court or getting married in church? Or do couples take one more serious than the other?
No. Whether you married in court, whether you married in church, it doesn't matter. What matters is the commitment, the dedication, the loyalty, the love, the time, the effort that you put in that marriage that makes it longevity, that gives it that longevity. That is what do it. It is not court, it is not marriage. Because I did both. My first marriage was court, and my second was a wedding, and neither worked out. So it really does not matter, guys. It really does
I think because when you have this big old grand old wedding, some people feel compelled, some people feel obligated.
I'm not losing my money.
They feel obligated to stay in a toxic situation because they spent money on the wedding. You had so many people viewing this wedding.
You're still paying
now
for the wedding after the divorce.
So now you're sitting there like, okay, thousands of people were at my wedding. Now I'm going to be like I'm going to be hurt and embarrassed in front of people because
that's definitely something that do keep people in relationships. I think it's the whole embarrassing, situation. Yeah. Like I don't want to be a failure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be appeared as a failure.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to remain in this marriage. I'm going to remain in this situation.
If you're unhappy.
And I know someone that stayed in a relationship because of Facebook. They stayed because of Facebook. The power of Facebook. Because she was like, well, I can't break up with him because we're always on Facebook shooing. People think we're living this big old happy
best life.
we're living our best life together, and boom, and now we breaking up. Like, what the? No.
Exactly.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, what did Jerry say?
Ooh, okay. And if Christ is not in the center of the relationship, you will never really reconcile with one another. You'll be just putting on a bandage on the true issues or problems. That's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. You're just putting perfume
Rose said
on garbage.
it's just takes two to want it to work.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because you cannot have, one person reconciling and the other one,
Living
coming
their
in
best life.
half foot in, because that's a really narcissistic spirit. Because if the person really felt sorry for what they did or how they act, and they're coming to you with this real, true, genuine, remorse,
yes. Then you'll see the change.
Like, baby, like I'm for real, baby, like I'm for real.
Like, the thing is, I hate when people say they want to reconcile. They have changed. They have done every X, Y, and Z in the book to reconcile, and saying baby, I changed, and then next sentence is this, and I mean that the very next sentence is the proof that nothing has changed.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Where in two sentences,
later.
one sentence says, "Baby, I love you. You are my life. Happiest moment were completed. You were by my side." Right? Comma. I can't stand your. What? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I just went to the fridge to get some juice. Like,
bruh.
Who are you? Who's this new person? Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
It happens.
Wow.
But, like, what we have to do, I think, in that situation, whenever we get tricked back.
Dang,
Tricked back. Because anyone that brings you back in without a real remorse, without a real heartfelt situation where they're like, yo, really, for real, I'm changing.
Yeah.
It's a trick.
But the thing is, I believe in power of choice. I believe in power of choice. I don't think I hate the word, but
yes,
I hate to say it this way, and y'all might disagree with me on Facebook world, but everybody has a flicking choice.
Yeah.
God has, even though some of our choices are not what is aligned with God's will, he still gives you, because he is a gentleman, he's going to give you the power of choice. So if you going back, it's a choice to go back. If you choose to go back too early because you have not prayed, God, tell me if this man done changed.
Lord Jesus, let me know for real.
Give me some signs, God, and actually wait for him to speak to you before you go back to this toxic relationship. It's a choice.
And this will go to our next question. Like, do you believe that being a Christian and being saved make us remain or stay in a toxic relationship just for the sake of Christ? Just for the sake of religion, just for the sake of showing up and going to church with your husband on your arm, like,
bro, half the time your mom wasn't even
you go first, I go last.
I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just Jesus. But no, I do feel as though some people
that religion hinders us from being delivered from
doing a lot of different things in a relationship, including leaving one.
Okay.
And the reason why is because we, strong people of strong faith tend to solely rely on the word and things like that. And that's not a problem. And I'm not saying it's a problem. However, don't be so spiritually blinded that you're no earthly good.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's nice.
So come on. You got to know that, okay, God is not liking where you are. If you're being cheated on, but you want to go by the word, it says, adultery, you can bounce, but you want to go by the word, and for the sake of the word, God don't like divorces. You really spiritually believe that you're no earthly good. You're going to sit there and allow yourself to get STD after STD after all these
Heartaches
diseases,
and
all these breaks, after
yeah.
women calling your phone and people saying you got a baby outside of your marriage. Like, you just gonna deal with it.
Okay, Luke 17:3 says, pay attention to yourselves. If your brother sins, rebuke him. And if he regrets it, then you forgive him.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, like for anything that is repetitive, has no real remorse. You have no real
yeah.
remorse towards what you're doing. But for what you're saying is like we as Christians, and I agree 100% because I was there at one time.
Yeah.
I was in that situation where I allowed religion. I wasn't thinking with my head. I was thinking with my heart. Like, okay, I fast. I prayed. I did the Esther. I did the Daniel. I did the David. I did, like everything
Yeah.
fasting for that person. But see, the thing about it is, hi, Adeline. The thing about it is, you can be fasting and be bony and skinny till you turn gray, till you wither and die. If that person that you're fasting for, that person you're praying for, that person you're seeking God for,
Yeah.
is not having a change of heart, is not noticing that you're putting in the work for them and not taking into
And they still
consideration.
doing their own. Come on.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go because as a man thinketh, so is he. So it's like if the person himself has not come to the realization that, hey, I am in the wrong here. I am not producing. I am not being faithful. I
Yeah.
am not.
If he doesn't realize that in himself, you can't be the one to convince him. If somebody who's not ready to change, they're not going to change.
Right.
Period. Like,
not
I don't care.
happening.
It could happen. It could happen for one
Miraculously.
day. No, it could happen for
Because
one
God
day.
can change somebody's heart
Right,
miraculously.
exactly. But
Yeah.
if he genuinely doesn't want to change, or if she genuinely doesn't want to change,
Yeah.
and you see it saying, yeah, I changed, baby, and you see it for one day, if that wasn't a genuine change, you're going to go back to the same mess.
Yeah. And it's going to be a cycle, a repetitive cycle,
Just
over and over and over. And with me, I am like a really, really strong believer because it says in 1 Corinthians 7:10, and I know that's like we all know this verse. We all know this verse. And it says, to the married, I give this charge. The wife should not separate from her husband. If she does, she will remain unmarried or else will reconcile with her husband, and husband should not divorce a wife. So we all kind of like know this verse, and I know a lot of pastors be like, well, that's why you can't remarry. No. But we relive this over and over, and sometimes because of this particular verse, this is what keeps us bound.
Yes.
And I've seen people remain in bad marriages because of this verse. And they also do not read the verse where it says that if the person commits adultery, you can walk away.
Walk the heck away.
And adultery is not just the person going and go lay with somebody else.
Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh.
It can be anything that, for me, adultery goes a little deeper. It goes to a person abusing you as well. Because an abused mental state is a person robbing you of your joy, robbing you of your peace. So verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, anything that takes away your peace, you're robbing me of me. I can't produce at that state of mind. You understand what I'm saying?
I get that. However, how do you distinguish something that's robbing your peace momentarily versus robbing your peace in the long run or for the long haul?
Well, my peace is my peace.
So you would leave somebody for somebody messing up your peace right now? If I just flip this whole thing up right now, boom, 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 boom.
I'm like, Jenny, move. No, but at that particular time, of course, if it's something that just, and that's why we have to go through the forgiveness process. And that's where reconciliation comes to play. We have to go ahead and forgive. How many times?
77 times 77, 700.
Right.
But all these sevens.
All these sevens, right? We're supposed to be forgiven. But whenever the person is not going through a change, then I believe that person has to deal with God themselves.
Jerry says, 1 Corinthians 15, verse 33, do not be deceived. Bad company ruins
good morals. Yes, definitely.
And then Tron says tradition, fears, and false teaching kills relationship and kills future desires of
Of
love.
love, yes.
Um,
Because can you
good.
imagine being with someone that constantly is beating you emotionally, mentally, physically, or whatever? That person is corrupt now. That person is like
It says,
messed up.
hold on. Sherwin says you don't really know because you're young. Childish play.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. And I think the other day I posted the verse of as a man when I was a child, I think like a child,
But now I'm a,
but now I am a man, and you
I
know,
do man like
I,
things.
right. So it's like when I post that, it definitely goes hand to hand with this. There's a certain level that you reach in your either your Christian walk, your manhood, or your womanhood that you start to do better, right? Okay,
Yes.
so now next question for you, Jenny.
Me.
Okay, yes.
What's up?
So you did tell me on why you decided to reconcile.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you did, what could he have done to stop you? Like let's say that when he showed up
When he showed up. Okay.
and you was happy, you was like, "Yes, you know my baby." What was it that he could have done or said to you at that time that would have made you shut down?
Not much.
You was
Not much because again, the relationship was already
stand still.
at its standstill.
Mm-hmm.
It was already at its peak of we're not even living together, bruh.
Right.
Like it's already at me feeling a close sense of peace of where I was
Uh-huh.
in me and my children.
Right.
So
At
all
my the peaceful place. I got you.
so I was already feeling that way. So all he would have had to say was his normal things, which is whatever that
Blah,
flew out
blah,
his mouth.
blah.
Rah, rah, rah. What the hell you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? I would have been like,
Reminder. Thank you.
have a good night.
Nancy. Nancy,
Open the door. I'm coming back. This time I'm staying. Like, no, yeah, it wouldn't have taken much. I just had to see those regular attributes that made me run for the hills the first place, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it wouldn't have taken me much. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken me much.
Yeah.
It
Because again, back to what we were saying is whatever thing comes back and it's repetitive, then it shows no change.
no change at all. And trust me, when getting back into the root of things when I got back, it didn't take long to go
It
back.
is like after a couple of weeks, you were right back to the same.
I
old-
want to say because of that move that we made, it took a little longer to revert back to the norm of the household, but it didn't take long at all for the
everything else to
arguments
start.
and the back and forth and the all of what we were going through at the time
Right.
to happen. It didn't
Okay,
take long.
but let me
Genuine
ask you
change
this:
wasn't there.
during the actual time away from each other before the reconcile happened, what were you doing with yourself, for yourself, by yourself?
Living my best life. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I wasn't living my life. Oh my
Sorry,
God.
y'all. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's Jenny. You know it's Jenny. But go ahead. What were you doing?
I was crying at your door. I was crying at her door. Because it was hurtful,
Right.
every breakup it has a hurtful feel to it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was crying, and then I had things to occupy my mind, such as my children. Can't reconcile a toxic relationship. You're right, but you don't know when it's
At
as
that time.
toxic
Yeah.
as it is at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was crying at her door. I was dealing with the handling of my children because I had to still be a mom regardless of the separation. Them kids bother you like clockwork. So
They don't know. They don't know that
They
you're
just
going
think-
through something.
my kids just thought we were having a
Uh-huh.
sleepover
For 3 months.
every night. Mommy was sleeping here again. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So yeah, it was that, and then I had to plug myself into church. I had to occupy myself outside of him just in case it was going to be an outside of him situation.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Did you fast? Did you pray?
I
When
did
you
pray. I was in
prayed, did you pray
church.
for the relationship?
Mind
Did you
you,
pray for him?
yeah, no,
What
I
were
prayed for God's will to be done. I don't when I pray if
So you didn't pray for reconciliation.
unfortunately I don't pray for certain things like that. I'll pray for my husband to pray for my husband, whoever my husband is.
Mm-hmm.
But in separations and things like that, I always pray that God will be done. I don't pray selfishly that God make him change, make him do this. God make him be this man. God, I want him back this way. Or even though God knows that's the desires of my heart, I know what triumphs the desires of my heart is God's will.
Mm-hmm.
So I always pray, let your will be done, God. God, show me direction to where you need me to go. If this is reconciliation, show me where I need to be to reconcile with him. Show him where he needs to be to reconcile with me.
Right.
But to say I specifically do
The Lord bring my
selfish
husband
prayer.
back.
Right, the selfish prayer, which it is called the selfish prayer because it's something that you want. So it's that selfish prayer.
Mm-hmm.
I have prayed it before, but I've learned to pray for God's will to be done over my own desires.
Got it.
Because I know whatever it is that God has for me is for me. If this man is for me, he gonna be for me.
Right. So
Period.
that it's more your will, God.
Your will,
not
God.
mine.
Not my own,
If he
not
comes
his.
back, you're sending him.
I know
I'm
it's
not
you.
praying for
It's
this.
not. It's not. It's something
Okay.
that you're calling in my life.
Cram had a question.
Oh, hold on.
And he said, I can read it from here. It says, can you reconcile for the sake of kids? Then as they grow up, you can understand. You guys can amicably part ways. Now, Cram, we Haitian.
Whoosh. Why you got the bitch?
And,
I gotta hold her
and so island people mostly, and I'm not just saying island people because a lot of people does it rather than whatever nationality you're in, it happens. But mostly I see this happen in third world countries where I see parents stay together for the sake of the kids. Like they will do that 25 years of hell for the kids.
They sleep in 2 separate bedrooms. Kids know it.
Yeah,
but they stay together.
Or even they'll stay in the same bed.
room.
They'll stay in the same room, but they're just not together. And they have an understanding, this is for the kids. We're going to put up a great act for them. We're going to raise them, send them to school. When they grow, we can go our separate ways. I've seen this happen many times, and it happens a lot through the Haitian culture in third world countries where they put aside their own feelings.
In their own future.
They sacrifice their life
for the sake
of the kids.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, bruh. Cram, bruh. I ain't staying for the sake of kids because guess what? I'm not going to invest in my time, effort,
your
attention.
tea.
My tea. I'm glad you said it, boo. Thank you, trying. I'm not investing my tea in something that's toxic.
Right.
And it's better for me, it's better for my children to see me happy, see their father happy in 2 separate environments than to see 2 people together and not know what the heck love is. Okay?
Because in the beginning, while the children are young, it's okay. You know, they young.
Don't get it.
They don't get it. They're like,
understand.
okay, that's mommy and there's daddy. But once they start getting at that age,
They start questioning you.
where they're like, why y'all never kiss?
Why y'all never hold hands?
I
Is
never
this
see y'all
love?
never hold hands. So you actually educating them on the wrong notion of what love is.
Exactly.
You're
They're gonna
teaching
go
them that love is black.
exactly.
So when they
get
do-
married and when they go off to go
And
be
they
in their
have a
own,
woman
they're gonna
that
have
wants
like
to
they're
be
gonna be like,
all lovey-dovey, that wants to be all kissy-kissy. They're like, no, don't touch
that's
me.
not how my
not
mama and my
that's not
daddy did it.
And that's not true. What they didn't see that they were in a household where there was no love.
Relationship was gone before
They even got to an age where they can understand it. I tried that. Cram, I tried that. I tried to remain in both of my marriages for the sake of my children.
Yeah.
But what I realized was I could not give them their best life while I was unhappy.
Right.
I couldn't. because there was no Chuck E. Cheese. There was no, going out of town all the time. There was no mommy rolling on the floor with you playing. Certain things that I could not give them because mentally, emotionally, I wasn't there. I wasn't there to give it to them because I was dealing and battling my own hurts, my own pain, trying to get my own self together so I can be present, but not available.
I agree.
Does that make sense? I could be present. I could be in the same house with you and be your wife and be your mommy and cook, clean, whatever. I could do all of that. I could be present, but I'm not available. I'm not mentally available. I'm not emotionally available for you. The hugs aren't the same. Love aren't the same. So then that's what I didn't want to give my children. Yeah. I did not want to give my children that. Instead, I wanted to be that mommy that rolls on the floor with you, that lets you paint my nails after I got them done.
That makes you brush your hair the wrong way outside of the part.
She saw my daughter try to comb my hair today, and I'm like, oh, she gonna mess up my weave. So all of those things I would not have been emotionally available to allow them to do.
Right.
So, yes, it's a good thing if parents out there are doing it.
I applaud you.
You can do it. You can handle it. Go ahead. But
you like how Jerry says, then they wonder why kids have bad relationships.
Yeah.
Because they learn bad relationship values.
From their parents.
They're just, what the thing is, when you're growing up as a child, the person you emulate is your parents at the end of the day. One of the first things you teach your daughter when she, as you can see, if you have daughters raising, they try to put your bra on, try to put your high heels on, put your makeup on, put all of they
see you and they see it.
They see you. They say, okay, this is what mommy do. This is what I want to do when I get older. This is what I know I have to do. Even with sons, they put on their daddy's shoes. They put on the tie. They put on the hat, cap fitted, whatever y'all have on y'all head, because they say this is what a man's supposed to be. This is what a man does.
Yeah,
so
or
this
even
is how
a mother to a son.
Yeah,
like
this
I
is
teach
what a
my
wife's
son.
supposed
This is what a
to
wife's
be.
supposed to be. My kids, I put their food out on the table. You get your fork, you get your knife, you get a 3-course serve. You get served like a king. That way, when you meet a woman that's giving you mediocre serving,
be like,
you're like,
you slipping. You slipping. You know how I know you slipping? My mama did this too. She did it better.
You ain't ready.
And then you have them women be like, but I ain't your mama.
And that's fine. Because my mama's a queen and you're not.
Reconciliation is too dangerous. Somebody is going to remember the saying "till death do us part." Not everybody deals with pain, pain and heartbreak the same way.
Yes, God, you're right. You're right. Because certain things you don't just forget.
You seen the show Snap?
Things that happen, you don't just forget. Like it just, it happens, and in the back of your mind, like right here in the back of your mind, sometimes you're like, they're gonna do it again, and you're watching everything that they do. They sneeze the wrong way. No? They sneeze the wrong way. You're like, aha!
I can't stand your sneezing. You're sneezing behind.
I knew it. I knew you was gonna sneeze again. So it's like, sometimes it can be that. But for the person that's doing the reconciliation, that's why I think it was Jerry that said that you both have to get in a state of mind where you both are ready to be reconciled. And God has to be the center of the reconciliation. If God is not the center of that reconciliation, you will have a hard time.
It ain't gonna work, bro.
You will have a hard time doing it. Now, this is my next question, Jenny. How much blame of the issue did you take upon yourself? Because it's easy for us to point fingers.
It is. So here it is, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll be really transparent. I'll be real with y'all. At that time of wanting to reconcile, or that time of separation, I took no blame. I took none. I was doing the you. It was you. I ain't do crap. You did it all. You messed me up. You did it. You took my joy. It was you. Look how I'm living now because I'm happy now. So it had to be you. But don't judge me right now. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth though. But when we finally decided to split the final time or what have you, because mind you, this is our second time separating, and then it led to the divorce. The second time, I took responsibility. I said, I saw what I did. I know what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I know I could change this. I know this wasn't right. I know this is what it is. I know that now it went from the you to the
And that is wonderful.
I see that. Now, did I blame everything on me? No, because it takes two people to damage one relationship, for one reason or another at some point in time. So I didn't take 100%, but of the course of our separation, I did take acknowledgement to the things that I did personally to this person to make him feel like he no longer wanted to stay in this relationship. I took advantage of that moment to say, you know what? Yes, it's me. It was me,
Right.
my mouth, my reaction, my words, my this, my, I took that responsibility.
Yeah, yeah. Because Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind to one another with tenderness and forgiving one another as God Christ in Christ have forgiven you as well." So it's like at times it's easy for us to point the finger.
Right. You.
It's
Listen.
very easy. It's very easy for you to say, "Well, you did this and
Yeah.
you did that," especially if you really didn't play a major role in the situation.
Yeah.
Especially like if you were the good one.
No, you know what? I hate when you're the toxic one all up until that one point. Then when that other person becomes toxic, now it's all them. But forget what you did to lead up to this person being toxic
I remember,
to you.
I used to tell this to one of my ex. Like he would just do, and I'm the type of person where in a relationship or marriage or whatever, I don't react. I don't like noise. I don't like fighting.
Now that's me. That's me. Now.
I don't like
the back and forth.
I don't do that stuff.
I shut down.
Like the minute you do all of that, I'm like, bloom, okay, time out, figure it out.
No,
Tomorrow
here go
when
me
you
right
wake
here.
up, we'll figure this out. But for that person, they would just boom, boom, boom. They would like poke, and
Red
then
button, green button, blue button, gray.
just to get a reaction. And then as soon as I react,
Then it's you. You're seen.
aha,
You see?
I knew it
You
was
see?
in you.
You're
know?
the demon spawn. Like, wait
Yeah,
a
they were
minute.
that demon I knew you had in you. Like, wait a minute. Like, wait, you stepping on my toes, literally. Like, you
And you don't want me
stepping
to
on
say
my
ouch?
toes, and you don't want me to say ouch. You know,
Like,
so
wait.
it's like that is the type of people at times we deal with that does not want to take accountability for their own action,
Yeah.
or they will push you
Who ya? Who
to the
ya?
point of you reacting, and then they're like putting the blame game
On you because you reacted, but forget what they said or did to make you react.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
your
and
simple reaction.
us women, we are guilty of that.
I am.
We're very guilty of that, especially women like women that are faithful and loyal or whatever.
Right,
Like, 'cause I'm the
yes.
type like I'm in a relationship, boo boo, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't cheating.
I'm sitting tight.
I'm not.
Television.
I'm loyal.
I don't see
know.
no dudes. Not
Like,
you. I don't see you.
You
I don't see
understand?
you.
So
Tom,
for
stay
that,
over there.
yeah, so for that, whenever that person do wrong, I play that I'm perfect notion. Like, I'm perfect. I didn't do nothing wrong. You the crazy one.
You hear that
You the
narcissism?
one. You're right. Like you the crazy one. You the one that did wrong. Don't come to me with that because I'm loyal. I'm faithful. I'm this. I'm that. And whatever's
Boo boo.
you dealing with, that's you.
Where's Sheila?
But then what I don't realize is he's also reacting
To
by the
you.
way to the way I'm acting as well because I think I'm perfect. Y'all know that ain't right. That ain't true, right? So because in
I
my
ain't gonna say
mind,
that,
I'm
but you know.
perfect, I'm loyal, I'm this, I'm that. Guess what I'm doing? I'm keeping myself back. So I'm not talking, I'm not giving, I'm not participating. Okay, ladies, take notes. I'm not giving love. I'm not doing anything to really nourish that relationship back to health because I'm shut down.
Hey, Vivi.
Hi my love, hi Vivi. I'm good in my own space because I am doing my part. So you can't tell me that
You
I'm doing
messed
wrong.
up.
You the one that's messing up.
Go to
But
your sender.
what I failed to realize in some of those instances is that I also had a role to play.
Yeah.
And I didn't play that role. And in the process of me not playing that role, I did not give the relationship the time and the effort that it needed for the
The
reconciliation to
tea.
happen. Right. I didn't give it what it needed for it to take root and for that reconciliation to happen properly. So yeah, I've been guilty of that as well.
You.
Yeah, yeah. Like how
Listen,
much of it that's your
and you know
fault.
what? It takes a self acknowledge, like that self reflection, that
Evaluation.
self eval, that self reflection to, and a strong,
You say self?
self,
Self say hmm?
hmm?
Go ahead.
The self eval, that self reflection. It takes a strong minded and strong person
Yeah.
to be able to say, you know what? It wasn't him. It wasn't her. It was me.
Mm-hmm.
I did that.
Right.
I messed that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
would you reconcile if the man have a baby or if the woman gets pregnant outside of marriage
Like if they had an affair, guy,
during the separation,
during the
guy?
separation, and
Is that what
then
you're talking about? Like a
if
brick
so,
baby?
I can answer that. If so, I can answer that. If a person goes out, they separated from the marriage, they go out and they have a baby while the separation, and then they reconcile. Yes, you should. If you want to reconcile, you've come to that realization and you love each other and you want to work out, then that is definitely something that can be done. It's not a hard thing. Of course, it's going to be a hurtful process. It's going to be a process that's going to take time to, but you guys did it at a time of a breakup.
My name not Rashida. I'm sorry.
You guys did it at a time of the separation, of the breakup, especially if it was something that was months and years. That person have moved on to have another whole life without you. So if you do come back to reconcile, then that's definitely something that you both have put on the table as a subject line. Like, I got another baby now, right? Or I went outside and I did get with somebody and that person got pregnant. So that is something that you do have to put on the table for both parties now to figure out what it is that they want to do. So yeah, if it happens while the separation, yeah. But if it happens within the separation, without y'all just like took a 1 week break, 2 weeks break, and now that wasn't even a real breakup, guy.
You said I'm gonna stay quiet for this question.
Yeah, if it
I'm gonna let her
happens during the
answer it 'cause
separation and there's a time between the separation where you guys could have moved on and you had a baby outside, then yes, then that is something that needs to be brought on the table as part of the reconciliation process. But it needs to be discussed and talked about and not be kept as a secret. It cannot be a secret. No. No comment, Jenny?
None at all.
Okay.
I ain't talking about
All
this.
right.
That girl, leave me
Okay,
alone.
so this is my next
Let her
question
resonate.
for you. Now, what if your partner did not return? What would you have done?
Living my best life. Smile. Nah.
If he was not the one to come, would you have gone to try to reconcile? Would you have been the one to go knock, knock, knock at his mama door?
At his mama door?
Wherever door he was at. Would you, instead of him coming to you, would you have been the one to go and do that? That baby, 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 they come back home.
So if he didn't come in, okay.
If he was not the one that came to you, would you have gone to him?
It would have taken longer for me to go to him than it did for him to come to me.
Okay.
And because the reason why I say that, it's not because it's only because of selfish reasons. At that time, I was pointing the fingers. It was a you situation. So at that time, mentally, I wasn't in tune to say, you know what, well, I'm gonna go get him back and we gonna work this out. That's not where we were. So for me, I would have had to like really eval, really like sit in my mess and see like this is a mess. Like Jenny, just go get your man. Go on, girl.
So you would have gone.
I think
and go get your man.
eventually I would have reached out to him.
Uh-huh.
However, it would have been longer than the 3 months that he took to for us to move back with each other. Move back in
Okay.
with each other.
Okay. Okay.
I say that the reason why I say that is because, like I said, the second separation would led to our divorces. I did come back, come back, come
Yeah.
on back, come on back,
So you
baby.
did let him know you
So,
was ready for him to come
come
back.
back, right, the second time around.
Yeah.
The first time, you know, you're just learning. It was a learning curve for me the first time around. That I knew there was some wrongs in that situation. Mind you, we were going to counseling.
So
Um,
things got put on the table, and
right.
yeah.
So yeah, we were sitting in our pastor's office and stuff like that, crying about our relationship. He ain't nothing, you know. And you kind of learn that, okay, it's certain things you should move that direction, but certain you don't need to move in that way. You're toxic. You're causing a toxic in your own relationship when you decide to leave so many times, or to,
I agree.
you know, to want to clear it so quickly, you know.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay. I think for me,
if he didn't come back, you wouldn't have gone back either. No, she wouldn't. That answer, she answered it right there. She did one of these, y'all. She did one of the eye bouncing from left to right of the room
cause see, let me say why I would not
for first and second.
go back for first and second.
For first or
For
second. Which one?
the well, I can do briefly on both. For the first marriage, the reason why I didn't go back was because of the circumstance of why I left in the first place. It was more a religious choice because I was giving an ultimatum: God or me. God. You know, it was there was no even no debate about it. So
Bro, I
I
wish I had my
knew,
hoodie today.
like I knew for that one, it was a given. It was like, God, deuces. I don't care if I end up losing everything. I'm following God. So I knew that for that one, I would not have gone to go ask or be, you know, part of anything. But for my second marriage, it was more, um, no, I would not have gone ask because again, I'm the type of person where I put a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, I put a lot of work into any relationship I'm in. So for me to get to the point of walking away, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You understand? It's a lot. And there has been chance after chance after chance after chance, and praying and fasting and begging and boogering and pleading and begging, baby, please, and apologies and calling pastors and deacons and reverends and you know, prayer meetings at the house. Like, I mean, I put in work before it gets to that point of me saying it's a wrap. So for me, after to get to that point of saying it's a wrap, and for me to go and say, baby, 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 it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Because once I'm done, I'm done. I'm like Queen of Sword. I'm out. So yeah, I don't think I would have been.
She gone.
I don't think I would be the one to ask. No. No, I would not. Okay, so let's flip it a little bit. Let's flip the script just a little bit.
Okay.
What about friends? Reconciling with friends. Because it's all good in relationships and marriages and dating and everything.
Okay.
You know, you break up, you reconcile. That's that lovey-dovey stuff, you know. But what about friendship? Let's say you had your homeboy, your homegirl, your ride or die, and y'all had a breakup.
So I had a breakup with plenty of people this past year.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of people this past year. And you know what? It took me a while. Well, we broke up this, and mind you, this is a 20+ relationship, 18+ relationships.
Right, right.
So it's not
yeah.
just
So like these are some
these
really
people that
real
were raised with me that I was supposed to like fall on, and they gonna catch me. They fall on, and I'm gonna like stuff like that, you know. And so with that being said, I had to dissolve those relationships due to one reason or another.
Because I know a couple
And
of yours that.
and I can't say that I reconciled, but I I don't want to say I reconciled. I didn't. I don't want, because reconciliation means, you coming back, and you're now back where y'all can grow again and things like that. I don't think I reconciled. I didn't reconcile with them, but what I did was remove them from my heart.
Okay.
And meaning I had, after the whole debacle of why I had to break up with them. It took me a while because I was hurt.
Yeah.
It took me a while to say, you know what, I was hurt, and
you broke my heart, my itty bitty.
it took me a while because I was hurt. So with that being said, it took me a while to come back. But when I did, I made the initial I made the initial contact
and conversation,
and I was like, you know what, this is what it is. This is why we had to break up. And although we might not be able to go back to, because mind you, I when I tell you guys I cut people off, I cut them off, especially because of these recent breakups.
Yeah.
It makes every other friendship breakup
easy,
just that easy, because the people that I known for years could, then that means people I know for 3-4 months, a year, 2 years,
can easily be dissolved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forgiveness due to process of forgiveness, self, and for others. So yes, so I had to forgive them, release them from my heart, let them know this is what it is. Although we can't be friends, I'm still gonna pray for you. I still wish the best for you. Yeah. I still want you to do the best you can do in life. I will love you from a distance. As soon as I did that, I released them out of my heart. And that's one thing to do, is if you feel so much resentment towards somebody or so much hurt from somebody, you have to release them from your heart, not for them. You're not doing it for them, because they're still living their best life and you're still upset at them. You're doing it for you.
They still popping bottles without you.
And you're doing it for you.
Yeah.
Because once you release them out your heart, now you don't have to think so much when you see them, when you cross path. It's not a ain't got,
how you do it.
Exactly. Now you have that sense of relief in yourself, knowing that, you know what, I spoke this out. I knew what it was. I released them out my heart. We don't have to be friends, but we don't have to be enemies.
Okay. But do you see yourself ever reconciling with those friends?
No.
And befriended? No. Okay.
I put a lot of trust in people.
Right.
And
so once you take that trust away,
and if I can't trust you, if you tarnish that trust, relationship or friendship, you tarnish the level of trust I have for you, I start to look at you funny. Now I can't trust you around me. I gotta look over my shoulder.
We can't even have sleepovers.
We can't talk. You tarnish the level of trust I have for you.
Yeah.
So I can't rely on you as a friend the same way.
I agree.
No. So unfortunately, no. And it was one of my best friendships that I've had, but I had to dissolve it because true colors started to come out, and placements and things like that started to show itself.
Yeah.
And
you said something that was powerful. It's despite of what was going on, you still wanted to forgive them and move on with love. And this is what 1 Peter 4:8 says: above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since loving others covers multitude of sin. Right. So it's by us loving and ministering love, despite of what that person does to us. That's the magic point right there. It's we can, I saw a quote one time on Facebook say, I can love you from far.
From a distance.
I can love you from a distance. Like, you don't have to be my bestie. You don't have to be my road dog anymore. We don't have to
Right?
be all key,
I can love you from a
but I can love you
distance.
from a distance.
Hmm.
I've had the same like situation with a girlfriend of mine that we were friends for like over 20 something years, and we had a fallout. But for me, we reconciled and we're
For her, it
still,
wasn't in there.
like, we reconciled,
Oh my gosh.
and we're back to being best friends. So I guess in your situation, it's something that just is not gonna happen. But for me, it was slightly different. Like,
It happened.
it
You know
happened,
that
yeah.
because the difference of me and you is me and you.
I have that forgiveness
No, it's
70 times 777
no. I
777
forgave.
times.
I forgave. I had to forgive.
Right.
I would have been living with conviction had
Yes,
I not forgive.
that's true.
Hi KG. Yeah, so I would have been living with conviction if I did not forgive. However, I just have to love you from a distance.
Yeah.
Because not every love that you have needs to be close proximity to you in order to love that
Yeah.
person. You can love somebody from a distance. I pray for many people that I had to reconcile with, or I had to forgive, or even release out of my heart,
Yeah, I agree.
but I love them from a distance
I
because
agree.
it's the best. For instance, my ex,
Mm-hmm.
I can't love him how I'm
And
with
you used to
close
love them, yeah.
proximity. I can't do
I'm
that.
gonna love you from over there.
But I'm a love, and it's not Eros love. It's not love, a romantic love. It's a godly love. I
Mm-hmm.
have to love you from afar. I pray for him, for his
Yeah.
well being, for his situation, all of that good stuff. I pray for him.
And that's good because on Hebrews 12:14 it says, strive for peace with everyone and for the holiness without which no one will see the Lord. So it's kind of like if you have somebody in your heart
Yeah,
and you hold them hostage in
yeah,
your heart. First of all, even if you're not a Christian, even if you're not saved, you're not a Christian, I think that is something that manifests anyway. Because what happened is when you hold somebody in your heart, it becomes a poison.
hmm
I think it was I don't remember where I've seen this or but I've heard it where it says that the poison that you poured for the person, you're drinking it yourself when you actually have hatred and you hold someone hostage in your heart because it's you that's suffering
yeah.
with that pain. It's you because that person have already
Live their
moved
best
on.
life.
They
They live
moved.
their best life. They living their best life, and
They
they don't
moved
care what you
on.
doing. But Joe behind sitting here. Oh, I can't
And you're
stand
the
Joe
one
Schmo.
that's
Joe
yeah
Schmo trying
yeah
to be
you're
Joe and
drinking you're
Schmoish.
drinking your own poison. You're drinking your own poison. And so whenever you release somebody from your heart and you release that pain, you release the hurt, you release what they've
And you
done,
forgiven.
and you forgive them,
Genuinely
a
forgiven.
real
In
forgiveness.
your heart forgiveness.
Like if you see them on the street
You ain't.
without no shoes, you'll take off your shoes and give it to them, kind of forgiveness. Jenny.
If I see you on fire, I will put you out. Forgiveness. There you go.
So if you
Use
see
that
them
one.
in the street
See them in the street,
without
like
shoes,
what you mean, like
with
they
no
just
shoes,
got
they walking
like,
barefooted,
like they
Jenny.
just got jacked because they got shoes
They
at
got
home,
no
or because
shoes.
they ain't got no house or nothing. You
They're
gotta
in
be
need. They got no
specific.
shoes.
They're in need. Okay, if they in need, they wear size 6.5. I'll give them a 6.5. I mean, shoot, I'll give them my little 6.5 if they need it.
Okay, once you can get to that level, I'll say you have forgiveness for
No,
that.
I give them the 6.5
Because true forgiveness is not from the
bruh,
mouth.
I will give them my 6.5.
It's not from the mouth. It's not.
What size you want me to give them?
No, like you give them what's on your feet.
That's
But I'm just
what
saying
I
that once you can forgive the person, once you really truly forgive the person,
Yeah,
and you've
I put their
healed
fire out.
from whatever situation it is, you can really truly move on and be a help.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a help to that person at any time without even thinking twice about it, and that's when you know
Yeah.
that you're really
No, I would
have
help.
healed.
No, I would definitely help in the situation if they're in need, if they're in the streets. If you saying give my shoes to them, like you have to specify.
You
If
know
they were
what?
just robbed, or if they got shoes at the crib, then what's the point? Of
Okay,
giving you
let's
the
say that they're
shoes?
not robbed. I'm gonna test her spirit.
Yeah,
of
no.
forgiveness
If
right
they
now.
wasn't robbed, they was on the
Okay.
street living and stuff like
So
that. I'll give
let's
some
say
clothes.
let's say that it's not that they're being robbed, it's not that they didn't have, but you're walking down the street and you see that it's raining outside,
I give them my umbrella.
but you don't have an umbrella. They have to get in your car and you have to drop them home.
Oh, okay. Why you doing that face? I give them a ride.
You give them a ride
I
home?
give them a ride home.
Okay, you let them get in your car?
No problem. I'll pray my car up before I let them in my car, but I'm gonna let them in my car. I ain't letting no toxic, bad spirits, hating behind spirit in my vehicle. It's just like my house. I don't let everybody in my house. But if I see you need a ride, it's raining and stuff like that. I know you and I forgave you in my heart and stuff like that. And you need a ride. Okay, I'm gonna give you a ride. Give me a second. Jesus, Lord, Father God, please bless this car. Please have the protection. Let these demons, whatever it is, come in my car. Jesus, you know. Amen. Come on in. Like, I gotta say this prayer because you never know what spirits that they're gonna bring into you. You don't know if they still want to kill you. They want to still, they want to see your eye poked out because you was talking about the log in their eye. You never know.
Right.
So you gotta pray against certain
Because
things.
it's just really the spirit of you being open
Yeah.
to do
No,
it that I was.
I would let them come in the car. You feel me? We gonna put Christian music
on the radio.
so they can feel convicted in their heart if they feeling malice or whatever. Make Jesus on the gospel. I put on Pandora, freaking all types of gospel music. I bet you y'all ain't gonna try to kill me now because Jesus is in this vehicle. Hello, y'all not gonna get me like that.
Yes.
But come on into the car though.
Take the back seat.
In the back seat. No, I'm just playing. But I did that before. It's funny that you say that or you mentioned that. I did it before.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a little tiff with somebody in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and her husband, they were fancy of me. Let me put it that way because when I tell y'all I'm very outspoken. If I don't like something, I don't like it.
She's very outspoken.
If I tell you there's something wrong with me because of you, I'm going to tell you, yo, this is what's wrong. Mm-hmm. This is what's wrong. I don't like it. Or if you're doing something that I see you not supposed to be doing, I'm going to sit back until my spirit tells me to talk to you and be like, yo, you doing this. God don't like that, bruh. You a X, Y, and Z. You a X, Y, and Z in this position. You need to act like an X, Y, and Z in this position. You feel what I'm saying? So because of that, I had to back up on some things that I was doing.
Okay.
Now, they were upset at me for my decision. Sorry, I didn't care. So I let that relationship fall to the wayside, but I did have to pray. I released them in my heart. I didn't, because it wasn't something I just met these. It wasn't nothing, you understand? But they still wreck my nerves a little bit. Oh, whatever, yeah. They still wreck my nerves a little bit. So, I had to pray against it. So one time I was driving to my house. I was going to say driving to the crib. And I saw they got into an accident on the corner of what a house was. I saw the car and I was like, Jenny, just drive by. Don't even say nothing. Don't even look. Just keep going. Act like you ain't see them. But my spirit, that conviction, darn it.
That Holy Spirit knocked on that heart like.
I pulled over to the side of the road, y'all. Jesus. I says, y'all okay? and they were like, who is that? Because I'm pretty sure I'd be the last person that they would have thought would have pulled to the road. I said, y'all okay? They're like, yeah. The husband was like, yeah, we good. Who's that? Oh, that's Jenny. And she was like, oh, that's Jenny. Like, I saw her face like, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, the dude just hit us. We waiting. This is a rental, so we gotta wait for the rental company. I said, all right, it's hot. I'm gonna be back. Went to the crib, picked up 2 bottles of water, came back. I said, listen, it's hot. Here's some water. Stay hydrated. I'm gonna be down the street. I stay around the corner. If y'all need something, just call me. Oh, thank you. God bless. God bless you. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, just
sweet
and it was around the time of the blackout last year, September something odd. So y'all know how hot it was after that hurricane.
Yeah.
So it was I don't know, something in my spirit,
That
y'all.
was good. And this is what reconciliation is about. This is what reconciliation is about. So, I mean, final thoughts? You have any final thoughts? Because I mean, we were going to wrap up, guys.
You got no more
This
questions?
was, I do. Any advices that you want to give on reconciliation?
Okay.
What advice do
So
you want to give? And you can wrap that up with your final
yeah.
thought.
So reconciliation, right? It's just gonna be my final thought. So we spoke about marriage within like relationship reconciliation. Of course, you guys, um, if it's worth to reconcile, do it. If it's not robbing you of your peace, abusing you, if it's not killing you, it's pray about it first. You always have to keep it in prayer. And we say this every show. Everything is absorbed in prayer, you guys. Everything is absorbed. That's why you hear God. When you meditate, that's when you hear his word, you hear his voice. Especially when you're in the up and up. You know, God speaks. You just have to listen. Sometimes you don't hear him in the midst of chaos because it's too loud. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Calm down. Calmate. Sit. Sit. Really meditate. Read his word and meditate on it. Guarantee you, eventually you're gonna start doing it, and eventually you're gonna start hearing from a small whisper, a small blow in the wind, to now a loud voice in your head. That's God speaking to you. Come on. So pray, 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 pray. Pray if it's worth it. Pray if it's God will. Pray if you need to be in the situation. Pray if you need to remove yourself from a situation. Pray. God's gonna speak. God's gonna give you signs, visions. He's gonna give you dreams. You need interpretation of dreams, go to your pastor, go to your church. They should have an interpreter of dreams. If you don't have a church that has somebody who interprets, find a church that does. Or I don't like to say go on the internet because sometimes it be iffy. But definitely interpret them. Interpret your visions. Something is speaking with you. You just don't know how to resonate it.
Mm-hmm.
So pray, pray, pray. Listen to God's word if you need to reconcile. If it is reconciliation, don't go against God's word because God will stand before you. And that's what I was saying earlier. God will stand before what you like, what you don't like, what's going to kill you, what's not going to. God's not going to put you in a situation more than you can bear. So he's going to place you in a situation where you have to reconcile. Reconcile. Don't be disobedient because eventually where you could have willingly reconciled, and this is a spoken word from my life where I was willingly able to reconcile on one aspect of my life, which was the first time we separated, and I didn't. Now the last part when we did separate and I wanted to reconcile, we weren't able to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get me? So don't let that spirit of pride get in your way, spirit of the me effect get in your way. It's not worth it because at the end of the day, you could possibly be losing something that's greater than what you think. Now, as far as French, that's with relationship reconciliation. With friendship reconciliation, it's a little bit tougher because of the fact, and I say it's tougher than relationship because relationship you have a goal in mind. Relationship you want to see your relationship be this far by this. With friendships, it's hard to place people in your life where you need them to be, where God's trying to place them in your life. So when you accept them into your life or reaccept them into your life, if reaccept is a word, accept them back into your life, now you have to find out where God needs them to be placed. Now you have to see where God needs them to work in your life. What's the purpose? Why did I have to reconcile? Sometimes you have to reconcile. You have to forgive and not reconcile. As far as not having to love them from a distance. You have to figure out where you. That's why it's a little bit tough. Relationship, marriage. You, my husband. This is where God put you in my life, husband. I am man. You are woman, husband. You understand? But definitely with friendship, you have to be wise though with your friendship, just as much as you're wise with your relationships. You have to be wise with your friendship. Not every friendship is for you. Not every friendship needs to be there. Now you don't need to harbor them in your heart. Release them. Give it back. Give it to God. That's how I reconciled this. That's how I had to let go these people out of my heart. I was at church, had an epiphany. Like I was sitting there and it was tugging in my heart. Yo, you're gonna have to talk to them. You're gonna have to talk to them. Now God, not here, dog. Not here, God. And it just so happened I had a baby in my hand and I had to walk the baby out of the church. And as soon as I walked the baby outside the church, because baby was like, as soon as I walked them outside the church, boom, the person that I had to speak with was right in front of me.
Divine appointment.
Bruh, don't you get tired of God doing these divine appointments? God, no. I said God, not right now. So, God's going to make a situation for you to reconcile, but you need to know how to reconcile or what method you have to go moving forward, whether it's just to release these people out of your heart and forgive and just love them from a distance. Mm-hmm. But always at the end of the day, with whichever one, relationship or friendship, love. Mm-hmm. Love one another. Help one another. That's what you're here to do. God put us here to create discipleships. That's what it is about. Regardless of how you feel, how I feel, you still have to love that person. Pray for that person.
Awesome. Great job, sis.
Yes.
I don't even know how to go after that. Like, I don't even think.
Okay, let's stop.
I don't think you left me anything, to say after that. That was a mouthful. Great job. As you guys know, with me, I always want to start with saying thank you. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time and the energy to watch us and to be part of this panel with us. Again, it is a blessing, it is an honor and a privilege for us to do this with you and for you. But with my final thought on the subject tonight, I will start with this. Okay, because this touched home for me on so many levels, because I myself have been in two relationships where reconciliation were things that I had to go through in both relationships, both marriages. So I've been there to where I understand the ups and the downs of reconciliation, the do's and the don'ts, and why to and why not to. With that being said, I'm just gonna piggyback on some of the things that Jenny said as just the structure. She laid the foundation. I'll just put up some of the structure. God is the author and the finisher of our faith. That is the beginning and the end of every situation, every circumstance, every deal breaker, everything. God is. And everything God is. So if you don't start with that as the foundation of your relationship, you will always find yourself in a place where you'll have to be reconciling into a relationship.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is for you never to be in a place where you have to reconcile. That's the whole point. Let's start with us not having to get to the reconciliation level. Process.
Yeah.
Let's start with the level of us being good, walking in God, walking with God, living, breathing, feasting on the word of God and the motion of who God is and what he stands for in our marriage. That way we don't have to get to the point of reconciling. For us to be forgiving in the marriage, for us to be loving and caring and understanding in the marriage, not after the reconciliation, not after the breakup and now we have to reconcile.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing. Number two for me is, once you would to have to be in a position of having to reconcile, always remember that there's three sides to every story.
Yours, mine, and the truth.
There's yours, there's mine, and there's the godly truth.
Yeah.
Because you see things one way, I see it one way, but God knows the truth behind it. And not so much as what you're doing or what I'm doing, but the spiritual and the demonic attacks that was going on behind the scenes of bringing you and your partner into the situation of you battling, fighting, knocking heads, not being able to communicate not being able to get together, not being able to mend whatever is going on to the point of you breaking up. Because keep in mind, you guys already know this is one of my favorite verses, that we do not fight the flesh and the blood, but
That's principalities and
principalities,
evil
evil
spirits.
spirits in high places. So, whenever we're going through a lot in our marriage,
Yeah.
this is where the praying has to be elevated. This is where the seeking of God's face have to be elevated, because at that point you have to come to the mindset of, I'm not just battling my wife.
Yeah.
I'm not just battling my husband.
I'm battling everything
I'm
behind
fighting
them.
every spiritual thing that I do not see, because this is not my baby.
Yeah.
This is not how my wife really is. This is not how my husband really is. There is something there that's happening that
Yeah.
I'm not seeing. So this is why you have to go in prayer, so you can counter attack
Yeah.
what's really going on behind the scenes. Number 3, love one another.
I said that.
Love one another. I put a verse today, and I believe it was 2 Corinthians 13:13. It says faith and
Without work.
no. It was faith.
Mm-hmm.
What was it again? She's looking it up for me.
Oh Lord.
But the greater of this is love. The greater of it is love. I'm sorry, guys. I've been studying a lot. And no, go up a little bit. And now there it is. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Sorry. It says, and now these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Love, guys. Love can do damage in the kingdom of the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Damage. But both parties have to be willing to love.
Amen.
I cannot be the only one that's ministering love in my marriage.
Yep. Say it again.
The husband
Say
cannot be the only one that's ministering love in the marriage.
Yes. Say it again.
Both parties have to come together and minister love to one another. There has to be some reciprocity. There has to be a give and take.
Yeah.
In that marriage, for them to say, hey, we got this.
We understand. We're getting it. We're getting there.
Love has to be one of the greatest things after God.
Yeah.
That you fight for in your marriage.
Yes.
Because, honey, once that love is gone, I don't care how great of a sex you guys had. I don't care how great of communications you guys had. I don't care how great the memories were. I don't care how big the wedding was. It's out the window.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's out the window.
It's gone.
So, with reconciliation, is it possible for a couple that splits to be reconciled?
Yeah.
Yes. There's couples that have been split for 10 years and remarried.
They came back. Yeah.
20 years. You hear, I've fallen back in love with my man. Oh my God. It has happened. It has happened. And it can happen. So, reconciliation, definitely. I'm for it. What I am not for is a person that is manipulative and narcissistically re-entering a relationship with the wrong motive.
Yep. No change. No growth. No.
The wrong motive of why they're re-entering that relationship, knowing that they had no intentions of really mending, fixing, or building that relationship.
Correct.
Now, you're going to deal with God with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But reconcile if you can. Love one another if you can.
Yeah.
Build structure for the kingdom of God. Do it. Your children will see it because they'll see love. And you'll teach them how to love if it's real. And that's what Creme de la Creme was saying. Can you stay in a relationship just for the sake of the kids? Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
But
But
what fruit is it going to bear?
not
What's
well.
the fruit of it? And my children are going to be raised in a household where they don't know how to love, where they have not heard mommy told daddy, I love you not once, or
Yeah.
daddy told mommy, I
I
love
love
you
you
not
not
once.
once.
What fruit is it bearing? If it's not bearing good fruit, you might as well do like Jesus and curse it to death and keep it moving. And that will be the end of that. I will leave you guys with this verse. And 1 Corinthians 7:15, it says, but if we, the unbelieving partner, separates, let it be so. In such cases, the brother or sister is not enslaved. God has called you to peace. Your peace, Jesus said, is what I leave you.
Yep.
He didn't leave you with nothing else.
Not a man, not a woman, but a peace.
Nothing else but your peace. Because there's power in your peace. When a man or a woman is at peace, they're able to conquer more. They're able to do more, move faster, build more,
Yeah.
because they have their peace of mind. People go crazy over a bad relationship.
They do.
Mental hospitals, taking
They
pills,
do.
gotta take anxiety medication, panic attack medication, all type of stuff, because you're in a relationship that's toxic, that has taken away your peace. So I will say this to finish my final thought. What God puts together, let no man separates. But if that person is robbing you of your peace and make you not able to move or work for the kingdom of God, and you're becoming more of a toxic situation than something that's being a blessing to God,
Might be that time.
pray about it and ask God what is it that he wants you to do. And let God direct
Lead you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I will leave you guys with that tonight. All right, I will leave you guys with that. I hope this was a wonderful show for you guys. I hope you guys learned a lot. I
About
hope,
us.
yeah, we tried to be very
We
transparent.
tried to be.
So you can know, because we've been through it. And I guess one of the reasons why we're able to come up with these subjects, and God placing these subjects in our hearts, is
we
because
actually been through.
we've been through it. And I would not want to bring something on the table to discuss
that
with
we
you
have no idea about.
that we're just talking out our mouths without any experience or being able to really give you
Or relate or give you
some meat to the potatoes. Like, we really want to go ahead and give you something that would be nourishing, that you would also know that we have experience in, and that we can give you our real, true, godly advice. Okay, so once again, guys, it was a pleasure having you guys here watching us.
always.
But you know where to find me. You can find me at
Go ahead.
www.edendreamservices.com.
Uh-huh.
Now you can find me at www.creditpowernow.com. The website is up for the credit
Credit
repair
Power.
company. I am so excited. Yeah, I am. We're putting some little touches to it, but it is up and running, so you can
Yeah.
get in touch with me there.
Get all in there.
And if you need assistance with anything, those two websites will let you know what I do, and you can go there. And again, that's EdenDreamServices.com or CreditPowerNow.com. All right, or you can give me a call again if you want us to attend any speaking engagements, any panel discussions. If you want to also sponsor any of your businesses, products, whatever on here, you can do so, and email us at walktalkwithnancy@gmail.com, or you can call me at 305-910-7767. That is how you can get in touch with me. Oh, and also, we are fundraising for media equipments. Now, I know if you guys been on my page, you see that I
The
posted
flips.
my Cash App information. Yes, I did. And if you want to do it um through PayPal, you can do it through my Eden Dreams Services at gmail.com email, and that's where you can donate. We're trying to get some new equipment that we can have better lighting, we can have better backdrops, and better,
Everything.
camera, everything that
Better
we need,
everything.
so we can have a better show for you guys. So again, if you'd want to donate, please, please, please do so. My Cash App information is on my wall, so you can scroll down and you will see it. I will share it again inside of this
This chat. Hmm.
this chat so you can see. But please do, and it's the $ Nancy Bazille. It's really simple. Or you can just put in my phone number, the 305-910-7767, and that will lead you to my Cash App information. Any gift is appreciated. The more the better.
Ow.
But any gifts is appreciated. I would really love to do something really grand and really big for the glory of
Yeah.
God here at Walk Talk. But as you guys know, money have to make things move. So your support would be greatly
Yes, it
appreciated.
would.
So Jenny, how can they reach you, and what you have going on?
Okay, so you guys, y'all already know you guys can reach me here at Jenny, my children's keeper. So if you guys want to follow me directly on my page, you can as well. Also, if you want to follow me on
Instagram.
Instagram, that IG, I am Jen7389, JENN, two N's, JENN 7389. You can follow me there. And I'll go ahead and accept your request, and you'll just start, you'll be able to start seeing what I have going. Random stuff, yeah. It's random stuff, but it's stuff nonetheless.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, so as I mentioned
Last show.
last show,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a part of this group. We're called Let's Chat. Now we are doing a book bag, a back to school drive, and all donations are accepted. If you want to drop off some supplies, if you want to drop off, if you want to give monetarily, we're doing both. I just put in the information on the comments under my page, Jen, my children's keeper, so you'll see that. Um, and if you want to drop, have the monetary, it's all also there. I'm just gonna give you the quick information just in case. The Miami Dade drop off is at TP Furniture Warehouse at 18346 Northeast Second Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
It's between 10 and 4. Please utilize those time frames to drop off your material, and it is from Monday through Saturday.
Right.
And then our Broward location, we are at the Island Breeze Chiropractic and Wellness Center in the Brooklyn Plaza, which is 7128 West McNabb Road in Tamarack, Florida 33321, and that is between the hours of 11 a.m. to 1, and then from 2 to 5. So utilize those hours, and it is Monday through Friday only. And the doctor at the chiropractor, if you guys haven't done so already, done the physicals
For the children.
for your children, she's actually doing partnering up with us as a group to do physicals for this upcoming school year at $15 flat rate, one price. Go get it done, because I know how
That's what's
expensive.
up.
Exactly, I know how expensive it could be, especially if you don't have insurance that covers it.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything like that, you
Yeah.
can go ahead and see her. Tell her
a great
that
deal.
the Let's Chat group sent you, and she'll go ahead and cover you with the $15 deal. See, we give you guys coupons, offers, and things like that on our page as well.
Yeah.
So definitely, and then the monetary way of donating is going to be through Cash App as well. Please leave a note saying donation for Let's Chat or Let's Chat group, or something to indicate that it is for the donation for the back to school drive. But it is, you're going to be Cash Apping Cynthia, which is money sign CYNTHIA Lombard LOMBARD, or you could Cash App me and I will get it to her, which is $Jen JENBAZILE.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Other than that, you guys, it was an amazing show.
It was an amazing show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate the love once again. Please do share. Again, if you don't share, that means you didn't like this show.
Woo. She putting y'all on the spot every week now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. If you
I
don't
gotta
share,
work.
you didn't like the show. But if you do share, I know that you love the show and you would love to see us more and more
Thank you,
every
Dwayne.
day. So thank you, Dwayne. So on Sunday is our next show. Stay tuned. Please go to the Walk Talk page so you can see the subject that we have for Sunday. And most likely I'll post it sometime tomorrow or by Friday or so. I'll post a new subject for Sunday so you can get ready. All right.
Oh, and somebody said if they want to actually donate equipment, you could drop it off
You
at the
can.
Miami Gardens office.
Equipment's
For the
for Walk
yeah,
Talk.
for Walk Talk at the
Yeah,
Miami
this is
Gardens.
Rose. If
Yeah.
if you do just
Uh-huh.
let me know. Call me first at 305-910-7767 if you want to donate equipment. Yeah, you don't have to be monetarily, just gifts, but if you want to donate cameras, lights, whatever it is, working condition
Please. We don't want to go take it
and
to the thing to
great
get fixed.
condition, good
Please.
condition. We
New,
don't want
like new.
anything like new that we don't want to have to go fixed or anything like that. But if they are in great working condition, then yes, we would definitely love to take it from you.
Yeah.
And
she'll be
and
meeting
give
up
me a
with you,
call.
yeah.
Give me a call. I'll let you know because I'm ripping and running. So I'll let
Per
you
usual.
know where I'm at that particular time, and I can meet up with you so I can get it from you. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. And so this is the end of our show tonight, guys. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you, Dwayne, for the love. Thank you, everybody. Ramon, Rose, who else? I think
We had a lot. We can't
had a lot.
individualize everybody.
You
Sorry.
know, we had everybody. Creme de la creme. These are our the greatest
Heavy
supporters,
hitters.
the heavy hitters that's on here all the time. Faraji, I saw you came on. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the effort. And so I hope everybody have a
Enjoy.
wonderful evening. And YouTubers,
Evening. Good night.
thank
Go
you
to
so
sleep.
much, YouTubers, for watching. We love you. Again, please like and share this show, and that way everybody else can also be blessed by you.
Thank
and
you,
thank you, Flat
guys.
Earth. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Good.
Have a good night, everybody. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye. Be
Bye.
blessed.